Hello students, welcome back to another video. In this video we are going to cover the chapter Madam Rides the Bus from the First Flight. So in this video we are going to have the quick revision and summary, which includes the keywords and also exact based questions from this particular chapter. So let's get into the video. We will complete this entire chapter under 10 minutes, which includes the extract based questions, the key points and the key events in the entire chapter in order to tackle with any questions that are being asked in the board examinations 2025. So let's start with the video. So Madam Rides the Bus, it is an the lesson Madam Rides the Bus is about a brave 8-year-old who had a strong desire and along with it the courage to fulfill it. She liked gazing at the hustle and bustle of the street, and her favorite part was the sight of a bus arriving and departing. So, thus, she developed a deep desire to travel by bus. For that, she needed all sorts of information about the bus journey, the bus fare, and then plan it so that she could be back at home before her mother woke up from the afternoon nap. So, thus, the story brings us recounts of how innocently but responsibly she fulfilled her deepest desire and her experiences on the bus ride, how an incident makes her realize the reality of death. Okay, so this was a brief introduction about the entire chapter. So let's get into the summary and key events of this chapter. First is Wali's curiosity. We are going to explain about her curiosity. Who was this Waliamai? So 8-year-old Waliamai, affectionately known as Wali, lived in Tamil village where her only entertainment was observing the outside world from her doorstep. With no playmates, she found solace in watching the happenings in the street. But what fascinated her was the bus journey that passed through her village. This was about Wali's curiosity. And what was her curiosity? It was traveling by bus, because her only entertainment always was to observe at her doorstep everything happening around. Next is the enchanting bus ride that she has. Driven by her curiosity, Wali began gathering information about the bus timings from her neighbors. Determined to experience the adventure, she delightfully saved money for the 30 paise bus fare with a plan to embark on her journey during her mother's afternoon nap. Wali stood by the roadside eagerly awaiting the arrival of the bus. As the bus approached, she approached the conductor and confidently declared her destination. The conductor, a cheerful soul, treated her with respect, calling her madam and guiding her to a seat. The bus, painted in vibrant green and white stripes, offered a comfortable and luxurious experience to Wali. So the next thing was a journey of first the world's nature's wonders unfold. So during the ride, Wali marveled at the sights outside her village: the majestic mountains, lush green fields, and expansive palm tree covered grasslands. Every scene was a new revelation of for her eager eyes, an experience she had never encountered before. However, her enchantment took a turn when a young cow unexpectedly crossed the road in front of the bus. The driver's whistle sounded, and the cow safely made its way across. Wali, though momentarily startled, found the entire episode very fascinating to her, as it was her first bus journey. Next, life's bitter lesson. As the bus journey continued, the Wali's joy turned into sorrow when she witnessed the same cow lying lifeless by the roadside on her way home. The sudden encounter with the death of her, contemplating the mysteries of life and morality in her very innocent way. Right, so it also had some silent reflections in this chapter, which the author wants us to understand by Wali's experience. Despite of her emotional experience, Wali chose to keep her bus adventure a secret from her family. The poignant story highlights the simple desires of a young girl, the wonders of discovery, and the harsh realities that life occasionally unveils even to the most innocent souls. So the chapter highlights that you can write in your examination paper while asked on any question from this chapter are: first, the stories about an 8-year-old girl named Valiamai. She was very curious to know about the things. Her favorite pastime was to stand at the front doorway of her house and see what was happening in the street outside. Then she would watch the bus that passed every hour from her village to the nearest town. Then she developed a desire to ride the bus. This became her deepest desire ever. Then Wali found out the details of the bus journey by listening carefully to the conversations between her neighbors and regular bus users. She came to know that the town was just 6 miles from her village and the fare for the bus journey was 30 paise one way. The entire trip took 45 minutes. Wali planned her visit to the town. She saved 60 paise for the fare. Finally, one day she took the 1 o'clock bus to the town. Wali was very happy to got into the bus. Then on the way to the town, Wali saw a cow running right in front of the bus. She clapped as the cow kept on running towards the bus despite the continuous honking by the driver. Wali did not get off the bus when it reached the town. She also declined the offer of a cold drink by the conductor. On the return journey, she saw the same cow lying down dead by the roadside. This unpleasant sight made her very sad. The bus reached the village at 3:40. She ran straight for her home after getting down the bus. Her mother did not come to know about her journey. So this was about a little girl's desire and how she fulfilled it. So let's get into the extract based questions that are most expected to be asked from this chapter. So the extract is, there was a girl named Wali Amai who was called for Wali for short. She was 8 years old and very curious about things. Her favorite pastime was standing in the front doorway of her house watching what was happening in the street outside. There were no playmates of her age on her street and this was about all she could do all the day. But for Wali, standing at the front door was every bit as enjoyable as any of the elaborated games other children played. So, watching the street gave her many new, unusual experiences. So, this is the extract, and the questions that can be asked from this extract are: what was the short name of the girl? Wali was the short name of the girl. What were the Wali's favorite pastimes? Wali's favorite pastimes was standing in the front doorway of her house. Then, why did she spend her time all alone? She spent her time all alone because she had no playmates of her age in her street. Then, pick out the word from the passage that means the same as uncommon, which means unusual. Next question. That is, the most fascinating thing of all was the bus that traveled between her village and the nearest town. It passed through the street each hour, once going to the town and once coming back. The sight of the bus filled each time with a new set of passengers was a source of unending joy for Wali. Day after day, she watched the bus, and gradually a tiny wish crept into her head and grew. There, she wanted to ride on the bus, even if it was just for once. This wish became stronger and stronger until it was an overwhelming desire. Wali would stare wistfully at the people who got on off of the bus when it dropped, and at the street corner, their faces would kindle in her longings, dreams, and hopes. If one of her friends happened to ride the bus and tried to describe the sights of the town to her, Wali would be jealous to listen and would shout in English, proud, proud. So the questions that can be asked from this extract are: what did Wali watch daily? Wali watched daily the bus that traveled between her village and the town nearby. Then what was her overwhelming desire? Wali's overwhelming desire was to ride on the bus. Then what was Wali's source of joy? The sight of the bus filled each time with a new set of passengers was very much source of joy for Wali. Then pick out the word from the passage that means the same as longingly, which means wistfully, right? So now let's go into the keywords which you can use to impress the evaluator. It can be used in your answers to enrich your answers. So the first one is curious. You can use this word while writing the answers, which means eager to know or learn something. Then commandingly, which means in a controlling tone. Hotly, which means proudly. Then wistfully, which means longingly. Slack time, which means a time when there is not much work. Repulsive, which means causing strong dislike. Kindle, which means set all right, hear feelings. Then devoured, which means read quickly and eagerly. Curtly, which means rudely brief or abrupt. Then a slang expression, which means informal words often used within a close group. Canvas, a coarse fabric. Drivel, silly nonsense. Blind, which means a partition. Discreet questions, which means careful questions. The next keywords are thriftily, resolutely stifted, glee, gobbling up, throat fair, ventured out, Hamlet, merchandise, pokes her nose, haunted, spread-angled, then railroad crossing. All these words, you can just pause the video, write down these keywords and try to write your answers along with these keywords embedded into it so that it impresses the evaluator and you will not lose most of your marks. So thanks for watching this entire video. So I'll give you a small gist of what this story was about. The story illustrates the desire of a small girl and how a bad incident makes her understand the matters of life and death on her right. So thanks for watching. This was all for the video. Under 10 minutes you have completed the entire chapter along with the keywords, extract based questions, and all the key events that have been happened in the chapter, right? So please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel Easy Pathashala. It gives us a lot of motivation to make new videos, and also you can check out the various playlists that have been uploaded in our YouTube channel Easy Pathashala, which will help you for boosting your score. Even if you're scoring 65% now, it will be helpful for you to get 95%. All the strategies are being posted in our Easy Pathashala YouTube channel. Thanks a lot. Please subscribe. It gives us a lot of motivation. Thank you. All the best for your boards. You are gonna rock it. Thank you.